What's going on, everyone? InSanoFlex here. In this Skyrim Mod Spotlight, I want to feature a new spell mod by Phenderix, and he's the modder behind a lot of really cool spell mods for both Oblivion and Skyrim. And now this one is called Phenderix Ultimate Magic System, or PUMS for short, and it focuses on blending different element types together with different modifiers in order to cast unique spells. So in a sense, you're able to customize your spells and how you use them. In order to get the spells, go to Farengar's room, aka the Mage's room, in Dragon's Reach, and loot the spell tomes from this chest as shown here. Then, learn the spells of course from the book menu, and you're ready to begin. There are 5 elements to choose from: Earth, Fire, Lightning, Water, and Wind. You can mix and match 2 different element types together, one in either hand, or use only one element only in both hands for a concentrated element spell. Then you can choose from 4 different modifiers for the spell, and these are located in the Powers menu. The modifiers are Summon, Shield, Bolt, and Blast. With the 5 element types and the 4 modifiers to choose from, there are literally dozens of new spell combinations to discover and use in combat. To cast a spell, pick 2 elements, one in the left hand, one in the right hand, select the modifier, then attack with your left, right, or both hands to fire the spell. The Summon modifier conjures a unique creature under your control to fight for you, and it's based on the elements used. So for instance, if you had the Wind and Lightning elements equipped, the spell would summon a Stone Mage as your minion. The Shield modifier will apply a shield to the caster that will affect their surroundings or their character. For example, if you had the Fire elements in both hands, you would cloak yourself with a powerful fire shield that would do damage to nearby enemies. The Bolt modifier will allow you to cast an offensive spell with low damage and low mana cost. If you equip the Fire and Lightning as the elements, and then use the Bolt modifier, your spell attack would be a lightning bolt that would briefly set the target aflame. However, the Blast modifier is a much stronger version of the Bolt modifier, meaning a more amplified and more powerful effect. So if you casted a Blast modifier type spell with Fire and Lightning as the elements used, your spell would trigger a violent lightning and firestorm, dealing a lot of damage, but also costing a lot more mana than the Bolt version. The mod also adds a new resource system with its spells, so that when you run out of magicka, you'll start to use stamina as a resource to power your spells. Then once you're out of stamina, health will be used to fund your spells. So now you'll have to watch your mana in a fight, and it's important, otherwise you might kill yourself if you keep casting the same spell over and over when you don't have mana or stamina to fund it. Another cool feature of the mod is that there's a necklace that can be imbued with magical resources, but it does so by draining your whole magicka pool for the day in order to charge it. So to do this, equip both the Earth elements in both hands, then do not select a modifier, equip the Necklace of Baloth, and then cast the spell, as shown here. So instead of using magicka, stamina, or health to cast the spells, the necklace's charge will be used instead, and you'll be notified of the charge amount remaining in the upper left hand side of the screen each time after you cast a spell when you're wearing the necklace. Yet another feature of PUMS is that when you use a spell, it'll increase in strength over time after you use it so many times. All shield modifier spells have 3 different levels. Upon the first use of the shield spell, the first level shield will be cast. On the second use, the second level shield will be cast. And on the 3rd consecutive use of the shield spell, the 3rd level shield will be cast, and this is like the ultimate strongest version. Most Bolt modifier spells increase by 1 damage point after 5 valid uses, and most Blast modifier spells do 1 more point of damage after 2 valid uses. And what I mean by valid uses is that it has to deal damage to an enemy target, or just an NPC. That way it gets counted as a valid target. And this goes across all element types, so for instance if you use a Fire, Water, and keep using that from the very start of the game with a Bolt modifier spell, it can become very powerful late game. However, currently the Summon modifier spells in PUMS all scale and level with the player, so no matter how many times you cast the same Summon spell, it won't increase unless your actual character level increases. Anyways, that's it for this Skyrim Mod video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to see more Skyrim Mod videos similar to this one. See ya!